Hey guys, this is Karthika Kantwal from Apex FinServe and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session for the equity and the indices both. Now, out of all the trades that we had discussed yesterday, today was a sad day for the watch list. We had a red trading session after, I believe, a good green streak. We had two trades and both of them were stop loss hits. So, well, a sad day, but overall, if you consider the entire trading session, we still managed to close in green. The indices gave good reversal opportunities from the resistance points that we had from the option chain as well as the zones. So, if you're using both of them in confluence as per what we discussed yesterday, you might have been in the green side too, which is what I hope happened. Now, for the new trades that we have for tomorrow's trading session, starting with the first one that we have is Pyramidal Enterprises as usual. Now PL, we are going to go for a short position simply because, as you can see, if you consider the larger body structure, even if you assume this rising wedge as a lower high of the lower low swing leg, then you have a lower low lower high swing formation, again a lower high recently made, and from that point on it has been falling. So we are going to go for a short position at 1282, stop loss at 1300, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Moving on to the next one, MFSL, Max Financials. Now here we are going to go for a very straightforward demand zone or support bias trade, because as you can see, it has been trading in a strong range of about 635 to 575. This range, it has confined the price movement since the late August, I believe August, September, yeah, and all of September too. Now herein we are going to go for a long position at somewhere close to the bottom C point of that range, which is 587, 588, stop loss at 580, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to Oro Pharma. Oro Pharma, we are going to go for a long position, similar reasoning to the MFSL trade. We are going to go for a good demand zone based trade. The level that we have is of 780, stop loss at 770, ideal targets 1% on the upside. And you can also see you have a small higher low confirmation here. So we are also going to take a possible entry at the roll reversal of the swing high, resistance turn support now. Moving on to Bharat Forge. Bharat Forge, we're going to go for a short position at the nearest resistance point, also close to the nearest swing highs that we have at 460. Stop loss going at 467 and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Next in line we have Lupin. Lupin 2, we are going to go for a short position. Just like Bharat Forge, you have a resistance point that is coinciding with multiple swing points at 1015 or 1015. That is where we like to plan a short trade. Stop loss going at 1030 and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Next that we have is SR Transfen. Now SR Transfen 2, similar reasoning. We had a good strong demand zone at 625. If you remember, we have had multiple long positions in the past from that level as well. Now for tomorrow, what we have here is a short position betting on the roll reversal of that exact level, which is something that has been observed in the previous trading sessions, recent trading sessions too. Here we are going to go for a short at 625, stop loss at 634, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Next in line is IndusInd Bank. IndusInd Bank, it has been a regular participant of the watchlist before. What we have here is a simple short at previous swing high, also a good strong supply zone at 550, 553, and stop loss going at 560. Ideal targets 1% on the downside. Next and the final one for equity is Tata Steel. Now Tata Steel, we are going to go for a long position because it has reclaimed a good strong support level that it has had, and furthermore it has also invalidated the somewhat rounding top structure that it had. So we're going to go for a long position at 363, stop loss at 359 and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to my favorite part of the videos, the indices, and starting with Nifty as usual. Now Nifty, again, we have closed at a zone of 11,250, depending on whichever direction that zone, whether if it's broken on the upside we might see 11,250. If that is continuously being rejected, we might go back to 11,150. So we have a 100-point range, or at least a 100-point move, depending on whichever direction the candle formation happens on the interaction with that very zone at 11,250. Talking about the option chain for Nifty, we have immediate resistance at 11,300 with 799,000 added contracts. Significant at 11,400 with 1.4 million added contracts, which is quite a lot. On the support side of things, we have immediate support at 11,200, more or less close to the current market price, with 873,000 added contracts. Again, pretty large sum. And significant support at 11,000, which I've said again and again is an important level for Nifty, with 491,000 added contracts. Now, as of now, I would say the option writing for both the sides is pretty much balanced. There's no need to worry as such. Neither the call writers nor the put writers are in visibly any advantage either side. From the PCR side of things, we have PCR at 0.97, which is increasingly bearish. It's still not madly bearish as it was before when it went over 1, but it's still pretty bearish. So the option buyers or the speculative participants believe that Nifty is not going to sustain these high levels, and it is simply a part of a larger time frame lower low lower high movement. Whether that is going to be the case of actual candle formation, that is not something that we can predict. We must react to that in the markets tomorrow. So let's not go there, and let's leave the actual decision making part for tomorrow. Now, coming to Bank Nifty, we have a fixed range as of now of 21,300 to 21,800. 500 points ka range hai, and in my opinion, it's best to take aggressive ping pong trades between this range. You have a smaller zone at 21,500. 21,500 ke upar you can go with aggressive longs targeting 21,800. 21,500 rejection base, you can go for aggressive shorts targeting 21,300. So either way, you're getting 200 250 points in your bag if you're doing it right. If not, well, you lose close to 100 150 points. So the RR is favorable too. When we talk about the option chain, we have immediate resistance at 21,500, almost close to the current market price, with 325,000 added contracts. You have significant resistance at 21,800, confluencing with a zone with 300,000 added contracts. The problem on Bank Nifty is the option writing on the put side of things. We have support at 21,200 immediate support, but with a measly 30,000 added contracts, and significant support at 21,000, which seems like an important level, right? It is a big round number. It is definitely a big psychological support, but the option chain says that only 41,000 contracts have been added. So the put writers are really not confident on Bank Nifty as of now that it is going to sustain these highs, whereas on Nifty, the option buyers are not confident that Nifty is going to sustain these highs, but the put writers are still showing some sense of confidence. So pretty funny situation on both the indices. Let's see how it acts out tomorrow. From the PCR standpoint on Bank Nifty, the PCR comes out to be at 0.9, which is pretty bearish, but not as bearish as to aggressively look for shorts as a non-option participant or as an independent intraday trader. For tomorrow, as I said, you can go about 21,500 long for 21,800, or short under 21,500 with a target of 21,300 or 21,200. So let's see how it goes. But more than all these things, I hope you guys are able to execute all of it correctly and end up in good green by the end of the trading session. These are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys. If you want all of these charts, you can check out the multiple platforms that we post on, such as Telegram, Instagram, with the same username @ApexFinServ. You can search if you can find us. Do give us a follow. If you cannot, then there are links in the description always. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment something nice, and press that bell notification icon too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.